when my wife asked me the question, ba't ang mahal ng mga helmet nyo? Next time na sinuot mo yung helmet na yan, since shattered na siya, yan na, bibiyak na yan at ulo mo na ang tatamaan. Hi guys, welcome back. So, as you can see, nakakotse tayo ngayon. Besides the crazy weather that's been happening, we're out on our way to also renew the registration of the CRB. Parang kailan lang ni-renew na ito ulit eh. But the vlog that I wanna be doing now, something that I wanna get off my head, is something that was brought by when my wife asked me the question, ba't ang mahal ng mga helmet nyo? For context, never naman niya tinanong yung presyo ng helmet ko before eh. But my wife who's into events, may mga tao siya na marami nagmomotor, and then one of the days I had one of my older helmets, tapos medyo puro gasgas na, binenta na ng wife ko sa garage sale, cheap. Tapos sabi nung mga tao niya, so kinakwento ng wife ko sa mga staff niya, tapos sabi, ba't ang mura mong binenta? Tapos sabi nga niya, bakit? Mura ba yun? Magkano ba mga helmet niyo? Tapos yun nga, sabi niya na most of them have helmets that are 2,000, 3,000 pesos. So napaisip sila, yung helmet na yan is more than 20 plus thousand. So medyo nabuko na tayo. But so I had to explain also, not really defending my purchase, but I have to ask, ikaw, bakit mahal mga sapatos mo? And sagot niya sa akin, kasi komportable eh. Kasi I can wear it the whole day and not worry about kung sasakit ba pa ako, magpapaltos ako. And I told her, yeah, that's almost why, it's almost the same reason why I also purchased these better helmets. It's the fit is so much better on my head. With a lot of the bigger brands, they do have different designs for different shape ng ulo. No, so like si Arai, they have models that are for narrow heads, for intermediate heads, and then meron din yung pang tulad ko na medyo mas mabilog, or the Asian fit. So I'm buying because it fits my head better, so which means it's more comfortable to use. But what also adds comfort is the weight. Karamihan ng mamumurahing helmet is they use polycarbonate plastic. With the better helmets, they use composite or fiberglass or carbon fiber, which makes the helmet much lighter. And the light, imagine mo na lang, maglagay ka ng weights na 3 pounds sa ulo mo or 5 pounds sa ulo mo, and then you'll notice how much strain. Dagdag mo pa yung hangin when you're traveling. So all of this will add up. So the lighter the helmet, the better in terms of comfort. Tapos isa pa dyan yung lining. Yung parang cloth lining niya. With almost all of my helmets, the pricier ones, all have what we call removable lining. So kung medyo nangangamoy na, I can just remove and then wash it. And the good part pa with a lot of these liners is, once again, I'm gonna bring up Arai, is I can reshape it. Marami siyang foam sa loob yung liners. Pwede ka magtanggal ng foam to fit your head better. Kaya nga sabi ko, okay to ah. Now, if your helmet has a removable liner, in most cases, you can also buy spare parts. Pwede mong bilhin ng, kunwari nasira na yung pads or nalamog na yung pads, you can always buy replacement. Yung mga hindi removable, Once na nasira yon, it's considered, okay, you buy a new helmet. Hindi mo na pwede palitan lang yung foam. Tapos pag mabaho pa, anong gagawin mo? Iiwan mo lang or ilulublub mo yung buong helmet to wash it. Kasi in some cases, you don't want to dunk your whole helmet in soapy water. You just want to wash the liner. Yun yung lamang. Now, when we're talking about weight, yung weight difference is really a bigger factor when you are a small rider. Someone who wears an extra small or small helmet. With the more expensive helmet, they have what we call multiple shell sizes. So multiple shell sizes meaning extra small and small usually may isang shell size. Medium minsan may kadalasan may sarili siyang shell size. Tapos si large minsan may sarili rin. Tapos si XL tsaka si 2XL may sariling shell size. So which means you're getting the shell size, yung external different sizes depending sa size ng user. The cheaper helmets don't have multiple shell sizes. Kadalasan one shell size lang. So ibig sabihin yung naka-small na helmet, ang gamit nilang shell is same as the one using an XL helmet. Kaya if you notice a lot of the female vloggers, if they're filming their videos, a lot of them malaki yung helmet tingnan sa kanila. Alam mo yung Funko Pop na dating, yung malaki ulo, maliit katawan. Ganun ang dating. At the same time, what you are not realizing just by looking at it is nakakapagod yung ganung laki. Isipin mo, pag mas maliit ka, tendency you are also not as strong as a bigger rider. Tapos yung helmet mo, magkasing bigat lang kayo ng helmet. Baka nga mas mabigat pa yung helmet nung maliit kasi of all the stuffings they have to put inside to fit your smaller head. So bumibigat pa yung helmet mo. So the small helmet might actually weigh more than the XL helmet. Kasi parehong shell size tapos mas maraming foam liner. Another added comfort to the more expensive helmets is noise. If you haven't tried the helmet na tahimik, mapapabili ka ng earplugs kasi sa sobrang ingay ng helmet that can cause hearing damage. Yung ganong wind noise, yung wind na tuloy-tuloy sa tenga mo, nakakabingi yun. It really can make a damage on your hearing. I wonder how the hearing capabilities of the riders that ply the roads every day, because of that unwanted noise, your ears are being subjected to that annoying wind noise. Nakakabingi yun. And because of that, that's also another comfort level to someone who pays more for their better helmets kasi mas tahimik. Now, besides comfort, okay, obviously comfort is one of the things na but besides comfort, one of the most important part in why I invest in a better helmet is safety. Yung ICC sticker that is being required by local enforcement, I don't think that's a certification for safety kasi we don't really have a way of testing it here in the Philippines. Ang alam ko yung ICC niyan is just basically a sticker that says that your product has been imported to this country legally or nagbayad ka ng tax. That's it. Ang pinaka lowest form of certification of safety that helmet manufacturers use is what they call DOT. Problema sa DOT, it's so basic. Tapos hindi pa natetest ang mga helmets for DOT certification. You just submit your spec sheets na ganito yung helmet, okay, it's going to be this, that, and that. And then the DOT is going to offer you, if it deems that it's reasonably going to protect your head, a DOT approval. Ang problema mo sa DOT approval na sticker or the DOT approval per se is it doesn't get tested until they think they want to test or something happened na itong helmet na to sumablay ganon. Okay, di-test natin. By the time they test it and it fails, that's the only time na sasabihin nila, okay, let's remove the sticker, hindi na kayo DOT certified. Saka mo lang malalaman na sablay yung helmet. As compared to the other certifications where majority of all my helmets or all my helmets have is the rating for ECE, and then there's also Snell rating, and there's even an FIM rating. I don't have a helmet that has FIM. Meron ba ako? Wala. But Snell, I do have helmets that have Snell certification, but all my helmets have passed the ECE certification. ECE is the European standard, and it's one of the most intensive when it comes to testing, especially the most recent one, the ECE 2206, where they test impact from multiple points from the side. Hindi lang yan yung magpapadala ka ng spec sheet. You really have to send a helmet to be certified and tested, or tested and certified. So pag nalagyan ka ng sticker ng ECE, sure ka that helmet has been tested. Sure na yan. Snell is even more higher because Snell is a certification required if you want to use your helmet for racing. So mas mataas pa yan na level sa ECE. ECE is for road. So pag nakakuha ka ng Snell rating, that's even a higher rating. Tapos meron pa FIM, which is for FIM regulated races. So yun yung mga hinahanap mo na certifications: ECE, Snell, FIM. Those are the helmets I would be comfortable using kung meron nun. Kung nakasulat DOT lang, medyo kakabahan ako. Especially if I'm going to use it for long travel sa highway. I wouldn't be comfortable doing and using a helmet na gano'n. Kaya nga remember when we were talking about yung modular helmets, kaya nga to my understanding, there's no modular helmet that is Snell certified. Meron na ba? As far as I know, parang wala, because since they test the impact on the side, a modular helmet is not going to get the same security level as a full face helmet. Now, besides the certification, another thing is, remember we were talking about yung weight. The cheaper ones usually use polycarbonate or the plastic helmets. The more expensive one use a composite, whether it be fiberglass, carbon, or even a mix of different types of better materials. Ang problema sa polycarbonate plastic, not that it's not as safe, it's still safe, but it doesn't give you the same level of impact protection as a composite material, the fiberglass and all those. At the same time, the plastic is much heavier. Di ba? So balik tayo ulit dun sa kanina na it's not as safe, and at the same time, it's much more heavier. Composite materials are much lighter. I've seen cheap helmets using composite, pero what surprises me, yes, it is lighter than their polycarbonate plastic helmets, but I was expecting, if they're going to use carbon fiber, that it will be a light helmet. No, it's they're carbon fiber helmets. The more affordable one, the one below 10,000 na or below 15,000 na carbon helmet. Why do they weigh like a fiberglass helmet of the better brands? So, ano yung advantage nitong carbon fiber if it's not light? That's the main purpose nga of why people would use carbon, is because not just it's stronger, it's also much lighter. Kaya ewan ko, is it because of the mix they use, or... Now, besides the shell, there's the EPS foam. The one na pag binuksan mo yung mukhang styro. Well, it is parang ganon. Yung the foam liner, not the one that gets in contact with your skin, the one that is between the foam, the what do you call this, the padding and the shell, is the EPS foam. The cheaper ones use just basically a single density foam. So yung multiple, the more expensive ones have multiple density foam. So Hindi lang yan isang structure. Meron siyang iba-ibang level ng density. So, the better na iba-ibang density is yung impact is mas better absorb. So, pag merong semplang, hindi diretso, yung amount of force na sinemplang mo, hindi lahat transferred sa ulo mo. Though both helmets, whether single density or multiple density, whether plastic or composite, will prevent your head from cracking. But besides a possible crack, may other possible injuries, hindi lang because of crack. It's the amount of force being transferred. Kasi ulo, yung utak natin, naglalaro yan sa loob ng ulo, hindi naman yan naka-fix in place eh. So you want less of that impact. So yung utak mo, ayaw mo yung mas malakas, mas mahina, yung mas controlled. Kasi nga, yung force that is transferred to your head is lessened with the multi-density foam kesa dun sa single density. So safety wise talagang laking difference. And I think one of the more obvious pag nakita mo rin is if you look at the inside, if you look at the how everything is assembled, the fit and finish of the more expensive one is definitely a step up. Si Arai nga, lahat ng helmets niya until now is still handmade. Standards nila is so high that if it doesn't meet their standards, it gets rejected. Yung quality control nila is second to none. A lot of these big brands, it's the quality control. The vents will close properly. The fit of the vent is so nice. Kasi pag yung vent, the visor, if it doesn't close properly, dagdag pa yan sa ingay. Pangalawa, because of the design also, kung bakit some of the helmets, the cheaper ones na, bakit nagpa-fog kahit na, kasi meron akong helmets na wala akong pin-lock insert and it doesn't fog masyado as compared to yung mga mas mumurahing helmets. I've tried one before. Nagpa-fog yung helmet kasi it's also part of comfort is the ventilation. Pag maganda yung flow ng hangin, hindi nagkakaroon ng fogging. Pero kung yung helmet mo, kahit na I've seen a lot of these cheap helmets, makikita mo daming mga design na may mga vents nila, yung mga ports, vent ports. But still, they are not venting properly. Bakit? Not because maglagay ka ng butas sa helmet, the air is going to go in. A good venting helmet is not just about pasok na hangin, but also the exhaust part. So there has to be an exhaust. Kumbaga, kung ang bote sarado yung ilalim, maghipan ka ng maghipan, walang hangin na lulusot. No matter how much air you're going to blow into that bottle, there's no airflow. But as soon as you blow into a core, like a tube na butas yung kabila, mag-blow ka kahit na mas maliit pa yung tube, air will flow more kasi merong labasan ng hangin. Ganun din sa helmet. A lot of times they're just putting all those vent para magsabi, uy, we're nice vented helmet. But if there's no ventilation at the back that is engineered properly, walang silbi. Yung most of the good helmets, they put a lot of design into their exhaust. Yung iba meron pang mga curvatures there to create some venturi effect para pag tumatakbo ka, there's air that goes around that to pull air out. So if there's air being pulled out, which means air is being sucked in at a faster pace. So mas maganda yung ventilation. Second, if you remove the foam padding, the cheek pads and all those, once you remove that, yung even the top head pad, makikita mo the good helmets, yung foam niya, yung EPS liner niya, may mga grooves. Those grooves are designed so there's air that can pass through. Kasi kung ang ulo mo nakadikit doon sa pad, yung pad nakadikit sa foam nang wala nung grooves, kahit ano pang laki ng butas mo, pag ang tatamaan is wala ring pagdadaanan, there's not going to be any airflow. So yun din yung another thing. So ang daming ano eh. I'm not trying to defend na ang laki ng ginastos ko, but for me kasi I find that my head is my most important asset. No? And I'm going to invest the most that I can afford to protect it. And besides nga yung sinasabi nating safety, a helmet that is cooler, kasi because of the ventilation, lighter, quieter, also means a more comfortable rider, and which is also going to translate to a safer ride. Isipin mo kung yung pagod yung ulo mo, pagod sa bigat, init na init yung ulo mo, mapapaano ka eh. The way you're riding is going to be much affected eh. So, isa yun eh sa reasons also eh. So, I'm pretty sure by the time I make this explanation, hindi na ako ka-questionin ng asawa ko bakit mahal yung helmet ko. No? But, guys, my take is invest in the best helmet you can afford. No? And as much as possible, buy brand new. In the end, I'd still rather you buy a cheaper brand new helmet than a branded na lumang-luma. Kasi kadalasan also what we don't really discuss as much, a helmet can only save you in a big crash once. The second time you use it, it's not going to protect you anymore. So kung ang helmet mo it was involved in a big crash, yung iba kasi I've seen people selling helmet na refurbished, bagong pintura. Bakit? Ibig sabihin baka na-crash na to. A lot of the big crashes, na-impact ka ng ganun, hindi mo mahahalata na mayroong problema yung helmet. Lalo na pag pininturahan or napalitan na ng yung mga... Kasi some of the helmets, wala namang mga ports na kailangan palitan. They just buff it out, they just repaint it, and then they sell it again. Or palitan yung visor kasi nagasgas. But what you're not seeing is all the small micro cracks in the inside. Especially on the EPS foam. Once na nagkaroon ng impact na suot ng tao, yung helmet, the head hits the EPS foam, hits the liner, it creates, di ba sinasabi ko nga, that foam is what's going to absorb most of the impact before transfer to head. Na-compromise na yan. It shatters very, very small. It won't break apart, but it will shatter so that the impact is spread across a bigger area. Next time na sinuot mo yung helmet na yan, since shattered na siya, yan na, bibiyak na yan at ulo mo na ang tatamaan. Pwede kang bumili ng second hand kung katiwala mo yung nagbebenta na they can guarantee you that it was never part of what you call this, was never part of an accident. Pero karamihan na nakikita ko, the ones selling mga second hand na helmets, a lot of it are Japan surplus. These are helmets from 10, 12 years ago. As in, sabi ko, ba't binibenta? Siyempre, a little cleanup. Tapos, binibenta pa rin nila. How sure are we that helmet is still safe to use? Kaya bili na lang bago. And I would go for, wag naman yung sobrang budget. There's a lot of good mid-level helmets that are not too expensive. You have Bell, you have HJC, you have KYT, you have LS2. These are brands that has all the certifications I've been talking about. Might be using plastic but have better foam, has good vents, and are not that expensive. Okay guys, thank you very much for listening about helmets again. And if you haven't, please don't forget to like and subscribe.